Howdy, it's Kbex and welcome back to my channel. I thought that this time I would talk to you about the whole show don't tell controversy. So it's the first thing that people say when they're asking for some advice about a piece of work. It's the kind of instant go-to that people have. Always remember, show don't tell when in your work. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically when your writing gives the reader lots of clues about what is going on rather than directly stating it. So for example, rather than saying that John was angry, giving lots of clues that John is angry, such as him having a clenched fist or a tight jaw or giving a glare, that kind of thing. Whilst I do believe in this rule, I think it has a time and a place, and I think that it's become this go-to critique for people whenever they put up some work on, say, like a writer's group or a writer's page, and I think that maybe it needs exploring a little bit more in depth so we understand it better. In this video, I plan to talk about why we use show don't tell, when we should completely ignore that piece of information, and then maybe why so many people go to it as their instant advice. The first reason why we should have the rule of show don't tell is because we can't treat our readers like they're idiots. If you do, it becomes boring, you insult them, and frankly, readers quite enjoy the puzzle. It's one of the reasons why they're picking up the book and reading along in the first place. Next, it deepens your descriptions of the world that you've created. It's very easy to get bogged down and say, I don't know, the rules around a magic system, for example, or the politics of the world. But actually, a lot of it is in the description of the place and the actions and movements of people around that space. And so having show don't tell gives the readers clues as to what else is going on in the deeper, wilder world that you've created. Also, it actively engages your reader. They want to participate. They don't want to be passive, especially these days. Audiences aren't passive in general. And so if they feel like they're being spoon-fed everything, they might feel too much like they're not part of the experience. And something that people don't really think about is that if you do use show don't tell, then you're giving the reader a chance to make up their own decision about things, rather than focusing on completely what the author's intent is and what their analysis of a situation is. Next one. I couldn't do that again if I tried. Look where it landed! And the right way to read it as well. That is fabulous. I'm leaving that there. When should we tell rather than show? Well, when you need an instant access to the character's mind. If you need to cut through everything else that's happening on the page and just get to the crux of what is that character thinking, feeling, needing, then you need to tell us rather than show us. Plus also, it gives us instant access to their judgment, and sometimes it's important to just cut to the chase and tell us those things. And one of the reasons that is important is because of pace. So many people get bogged down in like beautiful lyrical prose, etc., that they kind of forget that a reader is there trying to keep along for the ride, and that they're probably only going to stay interested if there is a sense of pace. Don't get me wrong, you can't be pacey all the time. You need to have peaks and troughs, but you do need to have pace. One of the best ways of keeping pace is by directly telling the reader something, especially if you've just spent a long time showing us things and letting us explore the world through their own inferences. Then if you spent a long time doing that, now is the point on the page where you probably should just directly tell us something. Also, I'm a firm believer that rules are there to be broken, and so you need to learn the rule. You need to master it first. You can't just throw it out willy-nilly. But once you've mastered the rule of show don't tell and you spend lots of time giving your readers lovely clues, then you can learn when it's appropriate to break that rule and tell us things directly, when it suits your piece. Basically, it's situational. Do you think I could do it again with this one? I bet I can't. No, that was a fail. Okay, and the next thing I was going to talk about is why so many people go straight to this as their first piece of advice when they're given a piece of writing to critique or analyse. Well, first of all, the phrase show don't tell is simple, easy, quick, to the point. You can remember it very quickly and easily. I think that the human brain loves when there's something short and snappy. And so if it's so memorable, it probably is the first idea that's at the surface of people's minds when they're thinking about a critique of a piece of work. Secondly, because it is such a popular rule, it makes the person saying it look like they know what they're talking about, even if perhaps they don't know quite as well as they think they do, or perhaps quite as much as they'd like people to think that they do. Another reason why people do it is because they might not know what else to say, and giving show don't tell as a blanket rule removes the need for very specific advice on very specific lines and pages of your work, and so it is easier for them to give you as advice rather than zooming into the nitty-gritty of exactly what needs to be corrected in your own work. Okay. Alrighty, so that's finally put to bed my exploration of show don't tell. I have been wanting to talk about this for ages because it does drive me a little bit crazy that everyone goes straight to the you must show don't tell, and there are lots of other pieces of advice out there and there's lots of other things to look at with your writing. It's not the be all and end all. Master it, know when to use it, and then throw it out the window when you don't think it is applicable to that situation that you are looking at on that particular page of your writing. Let me know in the comments below if anything I have said really grinds your gears and you think, no, that's not right at all. That is show don't tell as a pinnacle of advice and we should never mess with the rules. Let me know if that is what you think below, or indeed if you agree with me completely, please also let me know down below. Thank you very much. I will see you next time. And can we all just appreciate my Scooby Natural shirt? I love it. And also the ghostly earrings that I thought paired quite well with Scooby Natural. And if you don't know what Scooby Natural is, go find out. It will change your life. Alrighty then, until next time. Thanks. Bye. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Woo. Authors. Next one. Next one. Stuck. And so if it's what? Excuse me, I've just had my lunch. All right, we're done.